Greetings and salutations to you all once again. It is me, the Ravenous Spectre. You have to pardon me, I was actually muting my TV at the moment. Got Skyrim remastered special super duper awesome modded edition going on right now, so I had to mute it so that it doesn't come over my audio and all that. Got my fan on in the background, you know, because I like to just chill a little bit and just let it blow on me. Just nice whoosa, as it would be. You got the air conditioner going, but you like a little breeze, you know. Especially if you lay naked on the bed at night, just have the fan just blow on your man orbs and just it's relaxing as shit. Anyways, this is exactly what the video is going to be about. Actually, that didn't make any sense. It's like, you're going to talk about fans blowing on your balls? No, it ain't nothing like that. I apologize, I got my words mixed up. Basically, this video has to deal with checklists in games. I actually kind of noticed that when I was playing Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. I got back into that game again. I believe I might have mentioned on some of my previous videos dealing with the fact that I couldn't really get into it because of the ship combat, because of naval combat. I'm getting more used to it. I kind of just sat back and thought about it, and I was like, you know, I really need to give this game a shot again. I really do, because it was one of the first games that I got on my PlayStation 4. And I ended up playing it a bit, and I couldn't get into the naval combat, so I turned around and sold it like an idiot. But it's kind of really coming to mind nowadays where I'm not going and selling games like I used to in the past. I'm not going to get into that whole story. But it's obviously makes sense not to do so. I guess unless it's someone you want to sell it to and you get a decent price out of, but that's something else. But the thing is as I was playing, I know it's a Boobisoft game, or Ubisoft game, whatever you want to call it. They have the worst way of just putting checklists in games for shit that doesn't even matter. It's just filler. That's all that it is. You know, I can understand why they would put it in there for you to be able to play their game more, to experience it more, to get more trophies or whatever the case may be. Trophies are not enough for me to go and collect a whole bunch of crap that isn't going to give me any real reward in the end, except for the fact of it showing up as a trophy on my trophy list, and I just wasted time doing it, and frustration and hours and all that stuff. Especially with the way that the controls can be in the Assassin's Creed series. I'm really hoping that with the supposed Egypt title that's going to be coming out, that they revamp the controls, because apparently from what I heard, they're going to make it more like Witcher 3, if you will, which is an amazing freaking game. So if they did that, that would be great. That would be colossal. But the thing that got to me is, anytime you fire up an Ubisoft game, it seems like it's not even so many minutes before you get into it. You turn up the map and a whole bunch of shit just like spreads like a disease all across your map to go collect every damn thing in the world. That doesn't amount to nothing. It just amounts to, oh, you get this trophy or achievement or whatever. I can't. Like I said, I understand why it's there, but Ubisoft and other companies in general, if they're going to have collectibles in games you're going to get, make the reward worthwhile. Don't make it just be, oh, you collected all this shit. Here's a trophy. Well, whoop-de-fucking-do. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. It's really come to a point with me where I step back now and I think about what I'm doing in games. There are so many games that are coming out nowadays, and I'm not going to waste my time on frivolous activities that isn't going to amount to any real reward in the end. I'm just going to leave them as they are. You know, there was a time in the past where I kind of did that because I wanted to know what was going to happen. But especially knowing how the internet is nowadays, if I want to know, I'm just going to go look. I don't care. I'm going to save my time for something that's worth my time, with something that's worth playing. And running around in an open world like in Assassin's Creed 4, or say Far Cry 4 or Far Cry Primal or whatever, collecting a bunch of shit that ain't really going to amount to nothing, isn't going to cut it with me. It's not. You know, that's, I don't believe I've ever 100%ed, I don't think, a game in my life, or ever 100%ed a game in terms of the PlayStation 3 or the PlayStation 4. I don't believe I ever have, and I probably never will, because there's too many good games that come out. There's too much awesome stuff that's there. There's no reason for me to do it, you know, unless it's something that I'm definitely really into. You know, I mean, like I said, the rewards have to be worth it. That's just checklists and games can go die in a fire. I'm saying, especially Ubisoft's lists. It's just like it is when Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. You have these little animus, whatever, anima, the hell ever, man. fragments that you can collect, and sea shanties, and this other stuff. And I mean, I don't know what all the rewards for them are. I don't really care. I'm not chasing this stuff. I've heard the oh god, sea shanties. I've heard that they're good. I saw that they actually have albums of the sea shanties on iTunes, as a matter of fact. So I was just looking into that to see what they sounded like. But I've heard a few of them, and I'm like, yeah, they're cool, but I'm not going to run around in an environment with a robotic character, which in actuality, it seems like over time with the Assassin's Creed series, they've tried to make it better. They've tried to make the control much better and fixing it. They haven't fixed it. There's always that hitch, man. Anytime you're trying to grab onto a ledge or move here and there, you'll jump off of it, you'll jump off a cliff, you'll jump onto an enemy. The control isn't there. It's not there. I don't care what anybody says about how the control has been up until this point. It seems like they always make some advancements, it seems like, and then they just fall right back in line again. And that's one thing that probably another thing that kind of pulled me away some from Assassin's Creed Black Flag, was because of the whole control issue. But that's another reason why I haven't even bothered to get the EZO collection. I'm not going to until it's like dirt cheap, maybe about 15 bucks or something like that. So I could have the whole collection on PS4 and utilize all the consoles' abilities and, trophies and visual, just streaming and screenshots and whatnot and all that. I mean, I am going to get it again just so I can, but it's going to be dirt cheap. No chance in hell was I ever going to be paying $60 for that, knowing that there wasn't anything special that was added to it. It was just a cash-in. That's all that it is. There's nothing special about it. It's a little remaster, I'll pay a few dollars for it so that I can have it to utilize the PS4's capabilities, and that'll be it. But sitting back and playing Assassin's Creed 4, I'm liking it. I'm getting into it again. I've gotten farther than I have before. I'm really trying to focus on leveling up my ship so that I can be able to take on these naval battles, which I understand the excitement behind them, but it's just the overall fact that it kind of gets to me a bit, especially if you happen to get ganged up on by some other ships. But I haven't honestly had any real problems as I did previously. I don't know what happened with me previously, honestly, when I was first started playing it. It may have been because of the fact that there was a lot of other games that was coming out, and I was focused more on those than I was on Assassin's Creed. And I just got rid of it when I really just should have kept it, but I turned right around and bought it again, brand new, for $15. So it's just like I mentioned before about with the EZO collection. I think $15 brand new is a good or lower than that, cheaper than that, is a good price for me in terms of getting it. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about checklists in games? I mean, do you like them? Do you hate them? Do they give you more feeling behind actually trying to 100% the game, or finding new things, or finding out what rewards there are, and all this other stuff? It's just like as a matter of fact, I saw that one video gamer. He ended up releasing a review for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I saw his review for it, and I had the game. I don't know how far I am into it because it's so freaking huge, but some of the stuff that he was showing in there about different rewards and things that you get, not worth it. That just showed me right there that, you know what, I'm glad I watched this video. And I mean, yeah, it seems to me like he had to suffer through it to have to 100% it, but me seeing it for myself, nope. Not going to be 100%ing that. Not going to be doing none of that, especially knowing how many, I think it's like Korok seeds or something. I think there was like 900 Korok seeds or 600 something, whatever. That ain't happening. And that's not, no. I heard there was supposed to be some type of special item or something you were supposed to get to detect where these Korok seeds would be. No, there's no reason for it. I mean, I think like one of the prizes he got was like a golden pile of shit, a golden poop or something from somewhere for something. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh God. But see, that's just it right there, man. With these checklists in these games, do you really think that you're going to be getting some type of big reward out of it, or is it just filler? It's just filler. It's just like nothing but it's filler. I don't even know how to really express it otherwise. It's just that's all it is. It's like, oh, we need to put this extra stuff in here so we can try to feel like we're making a big game or making a massive game, but in actuality, it's just like you're just working in an act of being repetitive. Of go this place and get this, go this place and get that, get this and get that, go pick up. What happens? Oh, nothing. You just collect them from a bunch of different areas. Well, what type of reward do I get? Well, I guess you'll have to find out. No, I'm going to go online and find out before I go and waste my time on a checklist that probably isn't going to warrant me anything good in the end. Not happening. I mean, but like I mentioned, I understand why developers would do that, but they need to put forth an effort of actually making them interesting and actually making the rewards worthwhile. I just honestly, I think it's like a slap in the face of the consumer. Like, oh yeah, get all this stuff and see what happens, and it ain't nothing. It's either nothing or the reward is just shit. You know, there's nothing there. There's nothing tangible there to reach out for and to grab onto to be able to complete all this stuff, man. I just, But then again, you kind of look at it from a certain perspective of dealing with open world games, and they have this filler stuff. They have, oh, find this and find that and find this and find that and blah, 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 freaking blah. So, yeah, I just, no, not happening with me. Not anymore. Because I've seen too many times where people have got burned where they've ended up 100%ing certain games, and the rewards wasn't nothing but, oh, look, you got a silver trophy or a golden trophy, or here, you finally get the platinum trophy because you got everything. You know, it's kind of funny, too, with some of those trophies. You look at them and you're like, I think with me putting this much time into this activity, I think that this trophy should either be gold or platinum, which obviously you can't platinum a game unless you get every trophy. But when it comes to finding everything of a certain thing, I think that they should be gold. You know, because spending all that time doing that crap, which I'm not a trophy whore by any stretch of the imagination. I get what I get, and that's it. If there's something interesting that might pop up that I might be interested in getting just for the fact of being able to talk it over with friends, if they have the trophy or not, then so be it. But this whole 100% thing and these checklists, man, it's ridiculous. It truly is. It would make you seem, to me, it kind of makes it seem like there would be more emphasis put more into character and story and gameplay and all that, instead of just these frivolous side activities that mean nothing. And it just, and maybe the game would actually probably have more time to be in development and work out all the kinks and the glitches and the bugs instead of adding in all this bullshit that isn't going to amount to anything. So, yeah, there's that. But anyways, just wanted to get my thoughts out about this. I was kind of thinking about it for the past few days as I was playing the game, and I'm like, you know what? There's that whole Ubisoft plague that they always put in their games, having all this shit that you can go do, and it just doesn't really amount to anything. But if you guys happen to know of any type of rewards that may be within the Assassin's Creed series or any open world games or anything like that that you'd like to share below, that I would definitely be interested in checking out if I happen to have the game or may get the game, then that would be really cool. That way I could feel like I could really be trying to attain something that's meaty and worth it to be able to seek out in the game. But anyways, I digress on that matter. But I will go ahead and end this like I always do. Later, taters. Happy and lovely good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon, so on and so forth. And I shall chat at you lovely, lovely people later.